Breaking news from Baghdad, and you're not going to believe what's happening right now! Iraq is stepping into one of the most critical moments in its modern financial history, and the decisions being made behind closed doors could completely change the future of the Iraqi dinar and those who have been waiting years for real currency reform. So before we dive deep into this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell, because this update could be the turning point everyone's been waiting for. Reports are flooding in from reliable sources in Iraq, confirming that the government, the Central Bank of Iraq, and international financial advisors are working around the clock to combat the growing black market activity that has plagued the dinar's reputation and value. The official exchange rate has been under pressure for months, with unofficial street rates diverging sharply, creating confusion and panic among citizens and investors alike. But here's where it gets really interesting. For the first time, Iraq's leadership appears united in taking direct action to restore confidence in the dinar by introducing tighter regulations, stronger banking oversight, and possibly a roadmap that leads to a gradual revaluation or rate adjustment. This isn't just about fighting black market trading. It's about re-establishing the credibility of Iraq's financial system on a global scale. Over the past year, Iraq has faced significant currency smuggling, dollar shortages, and manipulation by unofficial traders. These issues have inflated the parallel market and weakened public trust. But now, according to insider discussions, Iraq is coordinating with international partners, including U.S. Treasury consultants and Middle Eastern banking experts, to realign its foreign reserve strategy and stabilize the dinar once and for all. What makes this story so powerful is that the government isn't just talking anymore. They're acting. Crackdowns have already started in several provinces, where law enforcement has arrested currency dealers operating without licenses. New digital monitoring systems are being installed to track foreign exchange flows in real time, reducing corruption and loopholes. The central bank's governor has reportedly emphasized that Iraq's monetary sovereignty depends on eliminating the parallel market entirely, paving the way for transparent currency valuation. If this plan succeeds, Iraq could see one of the most significant recoveries in its post-war economy. Remember, Iraq holds some of the world's largest proven oil reserves, giving it the long-term financial foundation to back a stronger national currency. Yet for years, internal instability and political divisions kept the dinar from reflecting Iraq's true economic potential. But this time feels different. The reform movement is gaining real traction, supported by both parliament and key ministries that finally understand that without currency stability, no investment, no reconstruction, and no sustainable growth can occur. Analysts are already calling this a monetary awakening, noting that Iraq's determination to clean up its financial system could open new opportunities for international investment, especially as the nation looks to diversify beyond oil exports. Now the question is, how far will Iraq go with these reforms, and could this actually set the stage for a revaluation or rate correction in 2025? Keep watching closely because the steps happening right now are laying the foundation for something potentially historic. To truly understand what's unfolding in Iraq today, you have to look at how the black market crisis spiraled into a full-blown national issue. Over the past 2 years, everyday Iraqis have faced a widening gap between the official exchange rate set by the central bank and the rate available on the streets. This gap has not only hurt local businesses and importers, but also destabilized public confidence. Imagine living in a country where one day your salary's value drops just because unofficial dealers control the flow of foreign currency. That's the harsh reality many Iraqis have been living through. And that's exactly what the government's new Dinar Stability Plan aims to fix. Multiple reports confirm that Iraq's Council of Ministers recently reviewed a series of monetary policy reforms designed to crush illegal trading networks and redirect all currency flows through official, regulated channels. One of the major components of this plan involves tightening restrictions on U.S. dollar usage inside Iraq, forcing transactions to occur in dinars, thereby increasing the local currency's strength and utility. But it's not just domestic pressure driving this. International partners have also been pushing Iraq to modernize its banking system to meet global standards. The U.S. and European financial agencies have raised concerns about dollar outflows from Iraq that end up fueling regional money laundering and smuggling operations. In response, Iraq's government introduced new anti-money laundering laws, revamped its central banking software, and launched campaigns encouraging citizens to use official bank accounts instead of cash exchanges. Economists believe this digital transition is a key step toward long-term dinar appreciation, as transparency builds investor trust and allows the central bank to better control monetary supply. Meanwhile, the oil sector, still Iraq's economic backbone, continues to generate massive revenues, much of which is being redirected toward rebuilding infrastructure and stabilizing the economy. If these funds are properly managed and tied into the national banking system, the dinar could see a gradual but steady rise in value over time. Interestingly, market observers are now comparing Iraq's current path to what happened in Vietnam a few years ago, when the Vietnamese Dong slowly gained strength following similar banking reforms. Some analysts argue that Iraq could mirror that trajectory, slow, cautious, but ultimately transformative. The difference is that Iraq has significantly higher natural resource wealth and a stronger geopolitical position in the Middle East. This means, once Iraq demonstrates financial discipline and transparency, foreign investors might re-enter the market with renewed confidence, especially those who stepped back due to previous corruption concerns. Right now, speculators are closely watching for signs, small policy changes, shifts in international reserve management, or even subtle hints from the central bank that could indicate the next stage of the revaluation process. Although no official announcement has been made, the fact that top Iraqi officials are openly discussing currency reform is itself a major development. It signals readiness, planning, and coordination, three things that were missing in previous years. So if you're following Iraq's financial transformation, pay close attention to these early moves. The battle against the black market isn't just about stopping illegal traders, it's about reclaiming control over the country's financial destiny. The stronger the dinar becomes domestically, the better Iraq's international reputation will grow. And for those watching from abroad, whether you're an investor, analyst, or simply curious about global economics, this could be the story that defines the next chapter of Middle Eastern financial evolution. Don't blink now, because Iraq's playbook is unfolding in real time, and every small reform could be a signal of something much bigger to come. Now let's fast forward and imagine where this all leads. Picture a future Iraq where the dinar finally holds stable ground, where international companies can trade confidently, and where Iraqi citizens no longer depend on fluctuating street rates just to buy goods or transfer money abroad. That vision is exactly what the government's latest strategy is targeting, a fully stabilized, self-reliant national currency. But let's be clear, this won't happen overnight. The central bank's roadmap involves multiple phases: stabilizing domestic liquidity, cleaning up black market networks, securing foreign reserves, and gradually allowing the dinar to reflect its true economic value. The early signs suggest progress is already happening. Inflation has slightly decreased, foreign currency reserves are improving, and digital banking usage among Iraqis has risen significantly over the past months. These might sound like small wins, but collectively, they mark a new beginning for a country that's long struggled to gain control over its own financial narrative. Behind the scenes, Iraq's partnerships with international financial institutions are also evolving. The IMF and World Bank have been quietly supporting Iraq's modernization initiatives, providing technical assistance and encouraging transparency in fiscal reporting. If Iraq stays on this track, it could soon qualify for broader investment agreements, trade partnerships, and even regional financial integration that supports the dinar's long-term strength. This is why so many economists are now calling 2025 the make or break year for Iraq's economic reform, the year when all these foundational policies will either deliver tangible results or reveal gaps that still need fixing. But optimism is growing. As Iraq continues to enforce strict penalties against unlicensed currency traders, expand e-payment infrastructure, and promote national confidence in the dinar, The black market influence is already beginning to shrink. Citizens are slowly realizing that stability won't come from street exchanges, but from trusting the regulated system. And that shift in mindset might be Iraq's biggest achievement yet.